start standing up. Now, you can have your shoes on or off. You get to choose. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, kind of shake your head yes, loosen up the neck. And I want you to draw circles with your fingertips, with your wrists. We'll start to gently lift. Now, when you get about halfway, reverse the direction so you go the other way. It feels a little different. And then we'll hold at the top and climb the ladder, lifting one side, then the other. And both hands come up. Release the hands out and down. Exhale through the mouth, a big sun breath. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. One more time, lifting up. In the forward fold, let the hands just fall to the front, soften the knees, let the body hang. We'll sway side to side in what's called a rag doll. Just shifting your weight from one foot to the other. You might gently move the back. Feel a gentle stretch in the hips. Nice, slow, deep breaths. We'll come to the center and draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips. Then reverse the direction, go the other way. Come to the center and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Standing tall, shoulders roll back and down. Shake your head yes. And we're going to bend your knees and scoop forward. Reaching high to the sky. Hands come out and down to the ground for a sun salutation. Fingertips will touch the floor. We're going to step back with one foot, then the other to a push-up plank. Now you can be on your toes or your knees, whatever feels best. And we're going to slowly lower down to the ground. And then look forward to a cobra or upward dog. Elbows can be bent or straight. You can be as high or low as you feel comfortable with. Always going at your own pace, listening to what your body needs. I'm going to lower back down. Dig your toes into the mat. Push your fingertips down into the ground. And we shift your weight back. Now it might be a puppy dog on the knees, or you can be on your toes, the downward dog. Just kind of stretching out the body for a moment. Pushing with the fingertips to protect the wrist. And then we walk the dog, like bicycling your feet. Walk slowly in, the feet towards the hands. The hands will walk up the legs, nice and slow. Shoulders rolling back and down. And then we'll do a standing sun salutation, scooping forward, reaching high to the sky. But of course, you can always go down to the ground. We're going to have your hands come to the knees. And then just lengthen, look forward, stretch out the spine. And then I want you to relax down, look at your belly button. Maybe let's elbows slide out. And then look forward, extending the spine. I want you to push your tailbone or hips to the back wall, your chin to the front. Really lengthen the spine. And then we're going to exhale back down. Elbows come out, round the spine. Feel as if someone's lifting you from the middle up with a string. Your body's kind of hanging downwards. And then bring the elbows in and slowly roll up. Tighten the muscles on the back of the legs. Tighten around the center, lifting tall. Shoulders roll back and down. Shake your head yes. And that was our standing sun salutation. From here, we're going to adjust your feet. Let the hands go out to the side, up to the sky. For our crescent moon, we lean to the left. Hands can be together or they can be apart. You choose what feels best. We're digging the right heel into the mat. Push that right hip out to the side. And then lower the left hand. Right palm will turn up, elbow pulls back. We look up to see the sun, breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out. Just holding the pose, not the breath. You continue to breathe. You might look up to see the sun. And then we stand tall, placing the hand on the head. Head falls over to that right side. You can wiggle the fingers on the left and turn the palm up and down. Adjust any tension in the feet. So we loosen up your shoulder deltoid muscles. We'll start to lift the arm a little bit. With each rotation, we go a little higher. And then the hands come together at the top. And down, heart center. A little pressure with the palms. Let the shoulders relax towards the ground. As you push with the palms, you can feel the stretch on the scapula on the back. They kind of slide down on the spine. Big breath in, expand the rib cage, expand the torso, filling the body with air. Exhale, empty out the air. Now I want you to fill the body all the way to the feet. Feel the arch of the foot lift. Oxygen expands, and then we're going to exhale, contract, get really small, squishing all the air out of the lungs, the diaphragm. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, emptying. One more time. And exhaling out. We're going to lace your fingers together. They slide into one another and the hands push down. I want you to lift your shoulders up and down and then drop them towards the ground and the hands push out. As far as they'll go, you can lift up a little bit if you would like, but we're just stretching along the arms. Breathing in, exhaling out. Now we're going to slowly lower. Fingertips come together for our spider. Hands going in and out. We're going to slowly lift that spider up to the sky. And lean over to the right. Hands together or apart, it does not matter. You choose where you would like them to be. That left heel pushes into the mat. Left hip might push out to the side a little more, feeling that stretch down and around the outside of the leg. Maybe the hip or the IT band. Right hand's going to come down. As the left palm turns up, elbow pulls back. You might look up to see the sun. Just adjust for your body today. Breathing in and exhaling out. We'll place your hand on your head. Feel the stretch of the neck. Wiggle the fingers. Rotate the palm up and down. And then we'll slowly begin to lift. So we loosen up that shoulder, coming a little higher. We're going to lift the roof off the building. So we're going to let the fingertips pull back, push your palms up like you're lifting up the ceiling. You're lifting up the rib cage off the hips. Like you have a little weight on the fingertips as they pull back, breathing in. Exhaling out. One more big breath in. And the hands come out and down. Shoulders roll back. You shake your head, yes. We're going to stand hip distance apart for a warrior one, bringing the left leg straight back. That left heel is going to lift up and down until eventually it pushes into the ground. Great job. We'll start with your hands on the front leg. We're going to take your hands forward, up towards the sky. Relax the shoulder down. Now you might be pushing with your big toe, your baby toe, your heel into the mat. We're going to bring your hands together and down heart center. Now I want you to soften your neck. We're going to turn your head and look to the right. Find a new focal point. Push with the toes, the heels, tighten around the center, and then add a little bit of a spinal twist. So we turn to the right. Holding here. Try to keep the back left leg straight. The knee wants to bend. Kind of push it down into the ground. Breathing in. Exhaling out. We're going to look back forward and then untwist. Hands touch the front knee and we'll rock back and forth. Lift up the back heel, the front toe, in our rocking horse. This helps relieve tension, helps to pump blood up and down the leg, keeping it warm and loose. Step back forward, walk in place, wiggle your fingers, your toes. And when you're ready, we'll stay hip distance apart. The foot slides on the railroad track, that right foot comes back and you have that space between the legs. Heel lifts up and down till eventually you push it into the mat and the ground back behind. We'll start with our hands on the front knee. Find a focal point for your eyes and the hands lift forward to the sky for our warrior one. Shoulders dropping down. Dig your big toe, your baby toe, your heel into the mat. Deep breath in. Hands come together. We're going to slowly exhale out, lowering the hands down. Soften the neck. We're going to look over your left shoulder, turning the head, and add that spinal twist when you're ready. Try to keep the back right leg straight. The knee wants to bend. Straighten out the leg. Push the heel down. Untwist a little bit if you need. Breathing in. And exhaling out. We're going to look back forward and untwist. Place your hands on the front knee and rock back and forth. Lift up the front toe, the back heel. And then we'll step back to the front, walking in place. We'll step a little bit wider. I want you to turn your toes out to the side and bend and straighten the knee. We're going to inhale, lifting up. Fingertips push out from the center of 5 pointed star. And then we're going to bend our knees, dropping the hips down. And then I want you to bring the elbows in, squeezing the rib cage in what we call a moonflower. Some people lift their heels off the mat. They can be up or down. It doesn't matter. I want you to squeeze the rib cage. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Holding here in our moonflower. Filling the hips open, stretching the inside of the knee. Putting the shoulders back in place. They push down to the ground and we squeeze the rib cage. Spreading the fingers wide. Push with the toes, drop the heels if they're up. Push the heel into the mat to lift up strong, extending back out to the 5 pointed star. Let the hands gently come down. Now we're nice and wide. Let's turn your toes forward. Place your hands on the upper thigh, the hips. Hips push back and we forward fold, tracing your hands down the legs. Melting to the front. You can shake your head yes here. You can shake your head no. Now you might think of creating a straight line with the spine so you can get a deep stretch on the hamstring, the back of the leg. So a straight spine. You can shake your head yes, loosen up tension in the neck. You can shake your head no. Hands can be on the legs, the feet. They can be on the floor. They can be on a chair in front of you, whatever you feel comfortable with today. Pushing the hips back a little more. Stretching the back of the leg. Shake your head yes one more time. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly walk the hands up the legs, kind of round the spine, curve the back, push your toes and heels into the ground, tighten the muscles in the back of the legs to help stack the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Coming up tall, shoulders roll back and down, shake your head yes. And then when you're ready, walk your feet into the center, rock side to side. It's called a penguin pose, wiggling the fingers, the toes. Loosen up the ankles, roll the shoulders back if you like. Penguins are a little wobbly, a little wiggly. Now we're going to turn your right toe out. Bend and straighten the right knee. Now today we're actually going to keep the legs straight for our triangle pose. We'll place your hands on your hips. Hips kind of go forward and back, and your toes are facing two different directions. So we're going to hold as the hips push. That left side will lift up halfway. We'll reach to the right. Slowly windmill down till fingertip touches the leg. It can be above or below the knee, you choose, whether you want it high or low. Now your eyes, they can look down at the ground, or you can look to the side of the room or up to the sky. And then the left hand, it can be high or it might be on the hip. So you choose. We're creating triangles. This is called our triangle pose. You have your arms, your legs, your torso. A lot of things to create triangles with. Try to feel a stretch on the rib cage as the hips push to one side and the head's leaning to the other, or the torso, stretching the waistline. Maybe stretching down and around the hip. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly push with the toes, tighten around the rib cage, and walk your fingers up that right leg. Bend and straighten the knee, and turn both toes towards me. Walk your feet in nice and slow, rock side to side. That penguin pose, get the tension off the ankle, because it had a lot of weight on it. And then we'll do this on the other side, so feet are straight. And we turn just the left toe out. Bend and straighten the left knee. So your feet are facing two different directions, but we'll straighten the left knee. Hands touch the hips. Hips go forward and back. Hips will push all the way to that right side. Hands lift up halfway and we reach all the way to the left. Slowly windmill down till fingertip touches the leg. The finger can be above or below the knee. It does not matter. We're just creating triangles, so look for some triangles you can make. You can look down at the ground. You can look to the side of the room. You can look up to the sky. The right hand can be high or it can be on the hip. You're still making a triangle. Breathing in. Exhaling out. You can look down at the ground if that's more comfortable as you dig your toes into the mat. Or you can look to the side or even up high to the sky. Still breathing in. Exhaling, pushing the toes into the mat, pushing the hip out and away. And then tighten around the center of the body and walk the left fingertips up the left leg. Push with your toes. Coming up tall, bend and straighten the knee. And then turn both toes towards me, walk your feet to the center, readjust, wiggle the fingers, the toes. So we can say goodbye to the sun, our hands will go out and up. We'll lift the roof off the building again, fingertips pull back. Stretching long. Now you might lift your heels up, you might drop down, adding a little bounce. A lymphatic drainage, letting the heels lift and lower. And hands will come out and down. Shoulders roll back and down. And we'll slowly forward fold, hanging to the front again in a ragdoll. Soften the knees. Maybe sway side to side, shift your weight. Let your head hang. You can draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips. The pebbles in the pond. Your hands are in the warm water, tracing the edges of the rocks. You can reverse the circle so it goes the other way. And hold in the center. When you're ready, roll up one vertebrae at a time, and then lower down towards the ground again. Now we're just going to slightly roll up halfway. So a little pulse. Exhale down, soften the knees. One more time, rolling up halfway. Exhale, bending the knees all the way till the fingers tips touch the floor. We step back to all fours. It might be on your hands and your feet. It might be on your knees. That's called the puppy dog. You might be a dolphin on the elbows and the hands. The elbows and the feet. Eventually we'll come down onto our knees, relaxing the feet onto the floor. Shake out any tension in those toes. And then the head lowers down. Hips can be high, or they might push towards the heels of the feet. Hands can be forward or out to the side. It's whatever feels comfortable for your body today. In your child's pose, you just close your eyes, slow the breath. I'm going to have you rock side to side just a little bit. Nice and slow. Shift your weight to one side and then the other. And we'll place your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting up. Tucking the head under, we round the spine, arch the back into a cat pose. Now, if it ever bothers you to be on your knees, please place a pillow or rolled up blanket or towel underneath the knees so there's extra cushion. Now the palms push down into the ground and we look forward. Push the hips back to the back wall. As you look forward, you might push your chin to the front, bottom lip over the top lip, extending to a cow. Now we're going to tuck back under. The head tucks under, the hips tuck under. We all look to the center, getting as small as possible. And then we look forward, getting as long as we can. Bottom lip over the top lip, pushing the hips to the back wall. One more time. Exhale all the air out as we scrunch up the stomach. Inhale, extending, filling the entire torso with air. Now we're going to hold here. Today we're going to lay on our stomach for a scarecrow, leaning to the front, laying down on the mat, right arm extends, support with the left hand. Now we're going to look to the left and rest your right ear on the mat. If you'd like, stack one hip on top of the other, so that left hip on top of the right. But if that bothers your spine, please roll onto your stomach. You might find the left foot falls back behind. You can point and flex that left foot. Now, left hand can be on the left hip if that's more comfortable. It can be out to the side. It can be forward. Rearrange as we stretch the front pectoral muscles or stretch the front of the rib cage here. In our scarecrow. At any point, roll onto your stomach if you need. I want to have everybody roll back onto their stomach. This time, we're changing sides. Left arm extends out all the way. Support with the right hand. Lift up the rib cage and drop the right shoulder down. Lift up the chin and rest the left ear on the mat. If you'd like, stack the legs. Stacking the hips. You might find that right foot falls gently behind, wherever you would like. Point and flex the foot. Right hand, you might choose to place it on the right hip or extend it out long, forward. Remember, if it bothers your spine at all, please roll back onto your stomach. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, roll onto the stomach, both arms extending. Inhale, lifting up. the rib cage, the shoulders. Hands can be on the mat or just extending a little bit. And then slide your hands forward and come onto your elbows. This is our Sphinx. It's a very important pose. Gets us ready for our bow, like a bow and arrow. Now with the bow and arrow, we're going to do one leg at a time. So it's a half bow and arrow, bending your right leg. Think of pushing that right hip down to the ground, squishing out any space between the hip and the floor. And that may be all you need, just pushing that hip down with the knee bent. If you're looking for a little more, try sliding your hand down around the leg, holding onto the foot, the sock, the pant leg, or nothing at all. You're just shifting that weight, pushing the hip into the mat. It goes down into the ground. And then when you're ready, slowly release, bend and straighten that knee. And we're gonna change sides. So bend your left leg, shift your weight, push that left hip into the mat. If you'd like, trace your hand down around, hold on to the foot, the sock, the pant leg, or nothing at all. Your head can be higher. You might bring your head down low. That might be more comfortable. We're stretching the front of the leg, the quadricep muscle. Now you can do this standing up. You can do this lying on your side, whatever feels best. You can do it lying on your bed. It's a very important pose to do. It stretches the front of our hips, helps relieve tension on our feet, our knees, our hips, our back, our neck. So slowly release, bend and straighten the knee. And your head can be high or it can be low. You can rest your head down if you would like. We're going to bend both knees and let the legs sway side to side. In a pendulum, a windshield wiper, you might call it a windscreen wiper. This is very healthy for our hips, keeping the hips mobile. And then let the feet touch the floor. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll lift up to all fours. Take the legs a little bit wider so the knees go out to the side. Lower the head down and push the hips back. It's called a wide angle child's pose, but you can turn it into a frog, bringing the hands out a little bit and bending the elbows. Adjusting the knees in or out as you need. And then when you're ready, place your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting up to all fours. And we'll lean to the side, bring your feet around to the front. Shake out any tension you might have, point and flex the feet. And we're gonna bend your left knee. Crossing the foot over if you'd like, or leave it next door. Right hand touches the left knee. The left hand comes out to the side, back and around. We're going to turn your torso, your shoulders, your neck, that spinal twist sitting down. Breathing in, exhaling out. Come back forward, untwisting to cradle and rock the baby. Means we're loosening up the hip down low. Your hands can be anywhere on this front leg as it's bent. We're going to cradle and rock side to side. You can cradle and rock with your hands. You could always rest it on that front knee and give your arms a rest. You want to cradle and rock with the front leg. So you just choose. Always going at your own pace. And then we'll place this foot on the floor. We're going to adjust your hips, rock side to side. You might allow the leg to come out a little bit wide. So we're going to shift left elbow onto the left knee, right hand onto the right hip, and I want you to look up over that right shoulder, looking up to the sky. Bring your right toes back towards your nose. So as they pull back, you feel that stretch on the back of the knee. We're going to stretch into the hip. We'll start to lean forward onto the bent knee. Hands will shift and come to the middle. We're going to look at that right toe and start walking our hands slowly towards the right toe, shifting your weight. Now, once we have both hands on the right leg, we shift your rib cage forward. Toes still pulling towards your nose as we shift forward. Both hands on the knee. And we're going to bring right hand back behind you, anywhere it falls. And you can look to the back wall. Slowly bring the hands back to the right leg. Slowly walk them to the center, still breathing in. Exhaling out. Walk your hands to the knee. And then we're going to sit up tall, lifting the left leg, rubbing out any tension, shake out the knee. So we're going to change sides, bending the right knee, crossing the foot over if you would like, or leave it on the side. As the left hand touches the right knee, right hand comes back behind you. We turn the torso, the shoulders, the neck to look to the back wall. Nice spinal twist sitting down. Take a big breath in. Exhale, think of sending the breath to the right hip, pushing all the air out. Inhaling. As we exhale, send the breath to the back, to the spine as it twists. We'll bring the right hand back around. It touches the knee, the leg. We're going to lift up the foot. Cradle and rock the baby wherever it feels comfortable for you. You might choose to use the front leg and give your hands a break. It does not matter. We're just loosening up the hip. And then we'll place this foot on the floor. Readjust your hips. Let's lean over to the right side with that right elbow kind of opening the hip. Left leg might come out a little bit wider. It's okay. Now we're going to place left hand on the left hip. Look up to the sky. Bring your left toes in towards your nose. And we'll start to lean forward. Bring both hands to the center, right the middle of your mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, send the breath to the hips. Walk your hands to the straight leg. Take a big breath in. Toes pull towards your nose. Exhale, shifting your rib cage forward towards the knees. Keeping right hand where it's at, left hand comes back behind you, and you look over the left shoulder, adding the reverse triangle sitting down. Take a big breath in. Send the breath to the right hip. Maybe send it to the rib cage, the waistline, the lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, slow, deep breaths. We're going to walk the hands back to the leg, slowly to the center, rock side to side, readjust. Walk over to the right knee, sitting up tall. We're going to lift the knee, bring it to the center, rub the knee, point and flex the feet, loosening up any tension. And we're going to place the bottoms of the feet together. Adjust, rock side to side. Now this is your butterfly. From our butterfly, we're going to try to sit up tall. Push your stomach through the arms, through the space. The rib cage comes out and forward. The chest lifts and we look up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then we're exhaling. We're going to kind of rock back on the hips, lean back. The stomach sucks in, push all the air out, kind of curvature with the spine. And then inhale, looking up as high as you can go. Exhale, rocking back, leaning. Inhale, rocking forward, looking up. Exhale, rocking back. I'll turn sideways so you can see. Inhale, lifting up, nice and tall. Exhale, leaning back, curving the spine. Inhale, looking high to the sky. Exhale, leaning back. Last time, looking up. And then slide your hands towards your knees, lengthen the legs out. I want you to walk like a giraffe, bringing one arm back and then the other. We're just going to open up the rib cage for a moment. One more time, with each arm walking like a giraffe. As the hands come down, you might bring the pinkies a little closer together behind you. And we just look up to the sky, soaking in the sun, breathing in with our giraffe arms. Stretching around the shoulder deltoid muscles, stretching down into the mat with the fingertips pushing into the ground, stretching down the arm. One more big breath in. Exhale out. We're going to walk like a giraffe with the arms coming back. And then the other arm comes to the center. We're going to place your hands on the front leg. We're going to bend the knees and roll like a ball onto your back. So adjust. If you'd like to just roll to the side first and then roll onto the back, that's okay. Or you can just roll straight back and forth a couple times, massaging the spine. And then eventually we're on the back. We're going to draw little circles with your hands on your knees or your legs. It does not matter. And reverse the circle, go the other way. And place your feet on the floor. For a bridge pose, we think of pushing the belly button into the mat and then lift the hips up high to the sky. So readjust for your body. You're digging your toes into the mat, dig the heels down. You can use your hands to push the hips high, or you can use the feet. If it helps, you can have your hands on your glutes, your legs. You can have them on your feet. You can have your hands out to the side. It does not matter. You get to decide. Breathing in and exhaling out. Strengthening the knees and the ankles in our bridge pose. We're also shifting weight, getting fresh oxygen to the brain as the blood flows down, creating space between our organs. Now we're going to lift the heels off the mat. Think of your shoulders. We're going to roll down from the shoulders, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, rolling the spine. The tailbone touches. The heels come down and we let the knees sway side to side. Loosening up any tension you might be finding in the legs, the hips. And then we'll come back to the left side, holding. If you'd like, you can place the left foot on top of the right knee. Just adjust for your body, whatever feels best. Both feet can stay on the floor. It's up to you. And that left foot touches the floor. Let the knees sway side to side. And this time they're going to fall to the right. If you'd like, take that right foot and place it on top. Or you can keep both feet on the floor. You get to choose where you'd like to be. It's a low spinal twist, loosening up our hips, helping with spinal alignment. And then the foot comes off the top and to the floor. Let the legs sway side to side. We're going to walk the feet together. The bottoms of the feet touch and the knees fall to the sides in a butterfly. Now the feet might slide forward. It's wherever it feels comfortable. So we just hold. I want you to shake your head yes. Loosen up the neck. Shake your head no. Maybe push against the mat. Massaging any muscles in the back of the head that are tight. And shake your head yes again. And then we're going to slowly bring the knees to the center. Bring one knee into the chest, give it a squeeze, then bring the other. We're going to rock side to side, flattening out any curve in the back so the back sits flat on the floor. Open your arms like a letter T at the top of the mat and allow both legs to fall to the left. And the knees can be bent, or one leg can start to straighten, or the feet can be anywhere it's comfortable. Some people cross their ankles. Just listen to your body. We're going to turn your head and look away from the feet. So we look the other direction. It's a full spinal twist lying down. Just close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, melt into the mat, relaxing all the way down. We're going to bend the knees, bring the knees to the center, rocking side to side again, controlling with your core. Allow the legs to fall to the right. And if you would like, you can extend out one leg or both legs. You can cross the ankles, you choose. Whatever feels best for your body. Breathing in, we turn your head away from the feet, closing the eyes. Nice inhale, expanding the rib cage. Exhale, melting into the mat. Sinking into the sleep. We're going to bring the knees back to the center and into the chest. And place your hands on the knees, lengthen the legs to the sky. I want you to point and flex the feet. Now the toes come towards your nose. Push the heels to the sky. Feel as if you're lifting the roof off the building. You can bring your legs in a little closer if you'd like. It's wherever it feels best for you, as the toes are still pulling towards your nose. We're trying to stretch behind the knees, stretch the back of the legs, the hamstrings close to the glute, the calves close to the heels. We'll take one last deep breath in, and we're going to soften the knees and let the legs fall to the side. Your hands can be on the knees, the feet, the ankles. We're going to rock side to side. It's called a joyful, happy baby. You can rock the baby if you'd like. Now you might kick one leg out straight And then kick the other. It's called a silly baby. Adding a little movement. Or you can just hold with the knees bent or the legs out straight, or one of each. You might have your hands on the bottoms of the feet, pushing the knees into the mat. Adjust for your body, whatever you need. So we breathe in, and exhale out. Now we'll bring the knees slowly to the center. Give the knees a little squeeze, a gentle hug. And then we'll place your feet on the mat. Lengthen the toes to one side of the room. Fingertips to the other side. Strengthen a little longer, a little taller. And slowly bring your hands down next to the legs. We're going to flex the feet and make a fist with the hands. Wrinkle the nose and tighten all the muscles in the body. Tighten, 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 squeeze. And then release. Feeling the difference of the relaxed body. This is called the corpse pose. It's used for rest and relaxation. So just close your eyes, clear your mind, let your body be at peace in Shavasana. Keeping the eyes closed, you might choose to wiggle the fingers. You might wiggle the toes. And we'll roll over onto whatever side feels right for you. For another moment of rest and relaxation. Just slowing the breath. When you're ready, we'll let the eyes start to flutter open. We'll wiggle the fingers and the toes and begin to lift up off the mat, nice and slow. Now, as we sit up, you can have your knees bent or straight. It does not matter. We're going to kind of rock side to side. Maybe draw a little circular motion, awakening the spine. And reverse the direction, go the other way. I'll hold in the center, shoulders roll back and down, hands fall to the sides. Inhale up to the sky. And down, heart center, little pressure with the palms. We're going to reverse the direction, so the fingers tuck under, we stretch the back of the wrist. Let the shoulders relax down. The tendency is the shoulder to come up to the ears. We want them to drop down. Then shake your head yes, loosen up the neck. Shake your head no. And then shake your head yes again. And we'll inhale, lifting up. Exhale out. Inhale for the body. Inhale for the mind. Inhale for the spirit, lifting up. Exhaling down. Bring your hands heart center. And namaste. And thank you for joining me today. If you want to practice getting on and off the floor, we're going to bend our knees. I'll lean to the side, coming on all fours. Hands and feet. And then the toes touch the floor. The knees are on the mat. We're going to take one knee out to the side, place a hand on that knee. The back toe is going to push into the mat. We're going to start rocking back and forth. When you're ready, push with the back toe and straighten both legs. Rock back and forth with that little bend in the knee. Walk your hands up the legs. And then step back forward. Wiggle the fingers, the toes. And you're done.